6:37 in Newfoundland.
Welcome back. It's not very often that the worlds of make-believe and reality coexist, but they do for a group called Windsor's Modular Railroad Club. This club has created a place where stories that shaped our local history come to life. Kim Christie has more.
The intent and contented looks confirm it doesn't get much better than this for a model train enthusiast. The Windsor Modular Train Club is permanently set up in the basement of Market Square, in a room big enough for trains to stretch out.
It's definitely fun to have enough to run a good-sized train. At home, I'm limited to maybe 10 cars. Here, I can run 30, 40-car trains, make it look a lot more realistic.
Because it's a special one.
The realism heightens the enjoyment. It takes countless hours to recreate trains which once prowled local rail corridors.
And it was quite fascinating to learn all of the things about the Essex Terminal Railroad. And just last year or 2 years ago, they celebrated their 100th anniversary. They had their special, one of the old engines brought down. It was interesting because the railroad itself, it developed the industrial area here, especially on the west side, the salt mine and the old LI chemical plants, and they were all part of that industrial development in the local area here. This one I did do myself. You start with the one that you purchased from the hobby shop, but then working with the photos and that, you do all the changes to model the prototype.
It's just going to stick its nose out right about there.
Geof Eliott has been playing with trains since he was a little boy.
C&O is a local connection as well. The old Chesapeake, Ohio Railroad ran from Hiram Walker's, Walkerville, to St. Thomas, down through Harrow. It's now the Chrysler Greenway. And I grew up in town Wheatley, east of Leamington, and basically grew up next to the railroad. So I got my first model train when I was 4 years old, and my grandfather bought that for me. And it stuck. Growing up, I was probably 100 feet from the tracks, and this is what I saw, so this brings me back to my childhood a bit. So.
I just like the unique paint job. I mean, the same with the Telus engine. It's just unique, something that nobody else has. You can't just buy that on the shelf. I painted that myself. If it wasn't for my dad, I probably wouldn't be in the hobby. He started it when I was a kid so we could do something together, and it's just grown from there.
That's right, just an excuse to spend some time with my son. Otherwise, families grow apart, so if we have a hobby together, it's an excuse to get together a couple times a week and keep caught up on what's going on in life.
Yep.
We ferried as many as 1,300 cars in a 24-hour period at the peak of our operation, which was about 1956-57.
After nearly 40 years of ferrying trains, Ted Hanifan now has his own railway.
That's a fictitious railway of my own that exists only in my basement. I might have to plug them in here. There we go.
And at the Modular Railroad Club.
We rent the basement from the market, and the cost to each individual is minimal. I mean, you can't, we say it's $5 a week, so you can't really get much for that anywhere else.
A lot of laughs with model memories of the past. Kim Christie, CBC News, Windsor.
Thank you, Kim. Please stay with us. We still have weather and sports to come.